Republican Senator Ted Cruz had himself a bit of a Karen moment this past weekend when he showed up late for a flight and was denied entry onto the plane. Now, there's two separate clips that have since gone viral. The first one, of course, is Ted Cruz getting into a verbal confrontation, I guess you would call it, with two of the desk attendants. And then the second video shows Ted Cruz having a conversation with a police officer, because apparently Cruz's behavior escalated to the point, and this was confirmed by the airport, that they felt the need to, bring in an officer just in case something happened. So take a look. It's hard to discern any audio from the video. However, this is Ted Cruz getting a little testy at the airport. Take a look real quick. Now, that was a public safety officer, by the way, with the airport that ended up coming and speaking with Ted Cruz. And Cruz did, of course, end up getting on a later flight, still made it to his destination as he was attempting to leave Bozeman, Montana. So the question is, what the heck were you doing in Bozeman, Montana, Ted? Your state, over the weekend, while you were partying out in Bozeman, was literally on fire. And I don't know if you've been following this story, folks, but there's massive wildfires in the state of Texas right now. Ted Cruz did send out a single tweet about the wildfires on Friday, has not, as far as I've seen as of sitting here recording, has not mentioned the wildfires again. And of course, just like last time, he couldn't even be bothered to stay in his own state to check on them during a time of crisis. He flees to Bozeman. But hey, I guess at least it's not Cancun, right, Ted? When people show you who they are, believe them, right? That's what Ted Cruz has repeatedly done. Literally, anytime Texas experiences any kind of crisis, Ted Cruz, I'm out of here. I'm going to go party down in Cancun with my family. I'm going to go to Montana and meet with a bunch of donors from a state I don't even represent. Oh, it doesn't matter that people back home are dying. And yes, people have died in the wildfires. People did die, of course, in the massive winter storm Uri that hit last year. And Ted Cruz is nowhere to be found. Everybody else had to pick up the slack because this man is such a selfish bastard. He can't be bothered to check on his own constituents, the people of Texas, who continue to send him back to Washington, D.C. to do what exactly? To get on Twitter and start feuds with people that he can't possibly outwit? Because he does that all the time. Oh, to go raise money for his next campaign from out-of-state donors? Because he seems to be doing a damn good job of that. But in terms of what Ted Cruz is actually doing for the state of Texas, the answer is nothing. The man is doing nothing for these people, and every time they actually need him, he disappears. And every time he disappears, he makes a complete ass of himself. We all saw it with Cancun, and now we get to see it with the Montana videos where I guess maybe Ted Cruz overslept, maybe he didn't compensate for traffic, whatever it is. Airlines are very clear that you need to arrive exceptionally early for your flight. Right? It's no longer the 2-hour window, but they do suggest, 90 minutes prior to departure time, you got your butt in that airport. You're no exception, Ted Cruz. And you learned that the hard way this past weekend. One of today's video sponsors is Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars. Healthy snacks have a bad reputation, and let's be honest, most don't taste very good. They don't fill you up, and they certainly don't satisfy any of your cravings. Munk Pack makes snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats, but with 1 gram of sugar or less. Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars contain 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and they're only 150 calories.
They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle and the perfect snack for anyone who's trying to eat better or cut back on sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste. Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars have a perfect balance of sweet and salty, a crunch from whole nuts and seeds, but still manage to be soft and chewy. They come in delicious flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, caramel sea salt, and peanut butter dark chocolate. They're perfect for a quick snack to satisfy your sweet tooth without any guilt, and you can enjoy Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars as a quick breakfast while running errands or after a workout. In addition to being keto-friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, plant-based, non-GMO with no soy, trans fats, sugar alcohols, or artificial colors. So try it for yourself and you'll see, and we have a special deal for our Ring of Fire viewers. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Munk Pack product by visiting munkpack.com and entering our code ROF at checkout. And Munk Pack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. To get started, just go to munkpack.com. That's munkpack.com. Select any product, then enter code ROF at checkout to save 20% off your purchase.